Bloody Mary Podcast. Welcome to the Bloody Mary Podcast, where we talk about all things horror while drinking a Bloody Mary. I'm Jesse.
And I'm Tami, and we are totally married. We got our Bloody Marys, and tonight we are reviewing Talk to Me.
Talk to Me.
Talk to Me.
We'll be spoiler free, then get into spoilers, and it'll be time stamped below before that happens. So before we talk about Talk to Me, it would really help us if you liked, comment, and subscribed to this.
Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, share. Tell your friends about it.
Yeah,
We'd really appreciate it.
If you're watching this episode right now on YouTube, just pause it and like that shit.
Right.
And if you're feeling frisky, go ahead and comment on, why you like watching and listening to us.
Yeah.
Or comment on the subject at hand, which is reviewing Talk to Me.
Yeah.
We also have merchandise and an Amazon wish list, so that helps support us as well. So go there and check all that stuff out.
Yeah.
www.bloodymarypodcast.com.
Yeah.
We just got back from the theater seeing Talk to Me, and I didn't know really anything about this movie going into it. I saw a trailer, and it kind of, I remembered little bits and pieces, but not really much.
Right. I remember you sent it to me, but...
Yeah. Before we get into it, the movie is about a group of friends discover how to conjure spirits using an embalmed hand. They become hooked on the new thrill until one of them goes too far and unleashes terrifying supernatural forces.
Dun, 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 dun.
So, right off the bat, what did you think of Talk to Me?
I enjoyed it.
Yeah?
I think it had some creepy moments and a couple unsettling moments for me.
Yeah.
And I was surprised it was Australian also.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it. Yeah. What did you think?
I think overall I enjoyed it. I think there's some stuff that didn't work. Overall, it worked pretty well for me. I was just thinking about this, the whole movie worked pretty well. Mm-hmm. I just part of the movie just wasn't, I guess, for me, right? I liked it. I did like it though. Mm-hmm. I liked the effects were pretty cool.
The effects were good.
I think I don't know, maybe the one negative thing just kind of on my top of my head was halfway through the movie, I was wondering, where's this movie going?
Yeah.
Where's this, what are they doing with this movie? Because it took a little bit to get going, and then when it gets going, you're like, okay, but what's the deal? What's happening?
Right. How's it gonna end? Same. I was like, where are we gonna? Where are we gonna end it?
So for the most part, though, this movie is just a Ouija board movie, except the Ouija board is a hand.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just they switched that up, and if you have just replaced that hand with a Ouija board, you would have the exact same film. If they were just carrying a Ouija board around, I bet you anything in scripting, they scripted a Ouija board and they're sitting around, okay, how can we make this different? Let's just switch the Ouija board for a hand.
Right.
Yeah. So that was kind of cool to have a different item aside from a Ouija board, but it's pretty much the exact same thing that would happen, right? Don't you agree?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think it's more... Yeah, because...
Because really what they do is they sit down to the chair, they grab the hand, they say some words, and the dead possess them for a hot minute.
Right. They see them, and then they're like,
Yeah, I know.
Come on in. Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked it, but I think that it did lag a little bit in the middle, and then you were like, how are you ending this? How's it going? Where are we going from here?
Yeah. I think, and this might take a little bit, our main character, I don't know how I feel about her, because I didn't like her. And I don't know if they tried to make you like her, because towards the end in the third act, you realize that you should be caring for different characters.
Right. Well, and I didn't. Yeah, you're right. I didn't care about her. Yeah, I cared about the others.
Yeah, the main lead, kind of off the beginning, she is kind of a dick, right? She's kind of the biggest junkie for what they're doing, which they're all getting, all these teens get together and then they get off on grabbing this hand
Right.
that possesses them, and then they put their phones out and they record it like it's a good time, which I thought that was weird too. It's also probably a take on current culture on how everyone is just so numb to everything.
Right.
And like the hot topic now, aliens are out, but no one gives a shit.
Right.
So kind of like in this, they're like, oh, everyone's getting possessed. Let's just film it.
Yeah.
My turn. Can I get possessed? My turn.
It was like a party trick. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I was like, what the fuck? Like, if I saw that happen and be
Yeah.
like, I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna. And they're like, oh no, it feels great.
Yeah.
Does it though?
Yeah.
Does it though? Really?
Yeah. And then another negative thing about this, thinking about it, is how there was zero adults around this object and this phenomenon too. There were adults in it.
Right.
But they were very much on the sidelines, very much not. Whenever she was talking with her father, it was darkly lit. The father was lit darkly, keeping the adults in the dark. And a lot of the times with the mom, she would like open doors and not come into rooms. Like she was very much on the outside. And that was a really comedic thing they were playing with. But I noticed that she wouldn't like come into doors. She would slam doors on people. She would mostly, until the event happened where she was inside
Right.
the hospital, she kind of just remained on the outskirts physically too and mentally. Like no one was inside the bubble of these teens.
I didn't realize. I didn't pay attention to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then even in the hospital scene where the first time you see her, like she's out of focus and you're focused on the young characters. So it was definitely a choice. And I thought that was really weird. Wouldn't there be adults somewhere around this phenomenon? Because we had 3 incarnations of it. Like it shows what happens in the beginning, your intro, and it's like a teen party, and then your core group of people with this hand in this phenomenon,
Right.
And then at the end, another group of people with this hand in this phenomenon. But I don't. Was there an adult in sight? Like
I think the end, the third group, they seemed more adult.
Yeah.
They seemed like early 20s.
Yeah, I don't
type.
know. Yeah.
But I did find it odd, like, oh, it's a party game. Oh, it's fake. It's fake. And then the one person does it, and then, no, we're not. No.
Yeah, and like in any other film, like if there's a group of people and you see someone get possessed, it's like, oh, what the fuck? What are we doing? Let's get the fuck out of here.
These
But
kids
they were
are like,
opposite. They were like, oh, my turn.
yeah, and they're like, oh, get your phones
Yeah.
out. Let's record it. Oh, that's totally fake. No, let's record it. Oh, let's do
Yeah.
this. Like, oh, yeah, my turn. I'm next. I want to be possessed. Like, what?
Yeah.
Have you not watched any scary movies at all in your
Right?
entire fucking life?
Probably not. Yeah, and the gory moments, like there's this moment where a character, the first real crazy almost death, just a gory moment where this person was bashing their head against an object, was pretty intense.
That was intense.
Yeah.
Especially since who it was.
Yeah. Not many people died in this.
No, only like two.
Did just the intro people.
The intro and the outro.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
it.
Just 2 people died through the whole thing. There's like quite a bit of like gore and violence here and there, but not many deaths.
No, I think
Even like one that you thought was dead towards the end, then they do a cutaway of them still alive on the floor, which I thought was really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I enjoyed it. It wasn't a bad. We've seen way worse horror movies.
And this is an A24 film, and like I am really on the fence with their stuff. Usually they go. Lately, a lot of really artistic shit comes from A24 that loses me, and this didn't quite go full artistic to where they weren't hammering home a message. There was like some messages in there, but it really didn't affect the overall plot.
Right. No, I didn't. And I think in the beginning, because you're kind of like, I know you're trying to like, they were trying to set the main character up like this is her frame of mind. Yeah. But I guess it didn't hit as well as it should have, I think, because you were a little lost, I think, in the beginning, like, what do we do? Like, what?
Yeah, like the beginning was a little sloppy setting up all of the characters.
Yeah.
It kind of reminded me of, I don't know why, but the movie Kids from the 90s.
Oh.
Just the kind of like style of being in the room with teens, just like conversation wise. Yeah. Because like the main character, it's not spoiling much. Like the main character's thing she's dealing with is that her mother killed herself supposedly like not long ago, and this is the anniversary of
Her death.
her mother's death. And I can't remember if it was the first year or the second.
I thought she said second year remembrance.
Yeah, so that's like her thing.
Right. And she's more like she's a little tortured by that whole deal.
Yeah.
But I guess they should have set it up a little bit better. I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
Because then that would maybe lean into liking her more or having more compassion for her maybe. I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't think they wanted you to have much compassion for that character.
No.
No, I think like I don't think at all. Yeah. I think it was kind of like a bait and switch to where a lot of audience members will think that you should care for her.
Right. But you don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I cared about the other characters more than her at
as
all.
the movie goes along, like you are kind of a bitch, and you, like because in the beginning people are saying, oh, here's the weird girl, and they're like, oh, I don't like her,
right.
and you're kind of on her side of like, well, just give her a chance. I mean, what do you mean you don't like her? But then like as the movie goes, you're like, oh, I see.
I
You
kinda
probably
get
shouldn't have
it.
not liked her.
Yeah.
You probably shouldn't have let her into the party because she kind of fucked it all up.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
No,
And she had a weak. I mean, towards the end, she made a good choice, but also she was very weak spirited.
she was. Yeah, they got in there real quick.
The strongest one was her best friend. She never did the thing.
Yeah, because she's smart. 'Cause she's like, I fucking watched that shit. I don't
Right.
want doing that.
So I don't know. I don't think there's
spoil-
too much to talk about, and then we get into spoilers. So,
All right.
If you haven't seen Talk to Me, check it out. We're gonna jump into spoilers. So, spoiler. What do you want to spoil? Is there anything to spoil?
I guess. I mean, the part that the kid was really like heartbreaking. For me,
Yeah.
I was like, oh no.
The kid is like bashing his head again because the whole thing is there's a time limit on how long you can like
90 seconds.
be possessed
to be
for.
in the hand.
Which how the fuck did they figure that time out?
Right? Did someone test that? Yeah, because like
Like that had to go through a lot of trial and error.
But I mean, like the beginning was cool because it was like he goes and gets his brother, and then his brother just like stabs him and then stabs himself in the face.
Yeah.
I mean, that was like, oh.
So the whole thing is like if you let these spirits take control of you too long, past 90 seconds, they inhabit your body.
Yeah.
And these aren't good spirits.
No.
And then it just ends up with you killing yourself or wanting to kill yourself.
Yeah, because you start seeing them without the hand.
Yeah.
Because like at first you hold the hand and you're like, oh, talk to me, and then some dead person sits
Yeah.
in front of you, and then you're like, oh, I let you in. No, don't fucking let anyone in. Like, have you not watched any scary movies ever?
Yeah. So like it's really like aside from the gimmick of the hand, it's just a basic kind of possession Ouija board film. I thought.
I liked the hand. I like
Yeah.
that it's not a Ouija board and it's this weird embalmed hand with writing all over it.
Yeah.
I kind of wish you knew more about the hand.
Yeah, me too. Like I was just gonna say because they mentioned like they're talking about the hand. One person said, "Oh, it's inside there is an actual hand of a psychic."
Yeah,
And then someone else said, "No, it's the hand of a Satanist." And I don't know. I thought at the end they would have destroyed the hand or broke the hand or did something with the hand.
nope, the hand just goes passes on to someone else.
Continues on his journey.
Right.
Yeah.
And and her weakness was her mom. Mm-hmm. Because the boy was like, "Oh, I'm your mom," and he talks to her, and then she just lets the kid continue for 2 minutes as he's bashing his like. If the kid hit his head once, why are you not like grabbing it and getting that hand out as fast as possible? They let him hit his head like 5 fucking times.
Well, they didn't know what was happening, really.
You hit your head once. He's like 12, 13. Take the hand. No, like anyone.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Well, you got to film it. That's
I know.
yeah.
But then him trying to like pull out his eyeball, that was gross.
Yeah, that was.
The grossest part of that whole movie for me though was when the bloated gross lady was like sucking on that kid's toes.
Oh yeah.
That was not okay.
See, we're on a different wavelength because I started getting a boner in the theater.
For toe sucking?
Just kidding. I didn't.
Go. No.
Or maybe I don't know. Yeah.
Gross. No, that was the grossest part. Like,
yeah, no, the grossest part was the kid bashing his head in. That was pretty gross. Yeah, and then like, so I don't understand. Maybe I just haven't thought about it enough. But at the end, the only way for the spirit to get out of the body is to kill yourself.
right.
So instead, at the last minute, she dove in front of the car.
Well, yeah, because she's like, oh, I'm going to save this kid who's like my little brother.
So then how did the kid...
No, because his sister was, I think really because his sister was hauling ass to try to save him. What I think happened, because you don't see it, I think that the sister pushes the other girl into traffic and saves her brother.
Well, either way, the brother still didn't kill himself, so how is he fine? Because it shows her in the afterworld and you see glimpses of him recovered.
Right.
So how did he recover without killing himself?
Maybe...
Like there was no explanation of...
No, but maybe that was only the spirits trying to get her to do bad fucking things.
Yeah.
Because they're not good spirits. It wasn't her mom. It was someone that looked like her mom.
Yeah.
And she killed her dad.
Yeah.
Like, her friend finds her dad just dead.
No,
and then,
he's not dead. That's what I was talking about.
Oh, that's right. He still had...
he was still alive at the end.
He was still alive. But, like... The spirits are just making her do that and saying, oh, you got to save him. And in order to save him, you have to kill him.
Yeah, I like the filmmaking. I think the filmmaking style was pretty good. Yeah, I don't know. It was kind of like average for me.
Yeah.
Thinking about it a little bit more, the score just dropped down as we're talking about it.
Yeah, like I said, we've seen way worse movies.
Yeah.
And it was entertaining.
Hey, matinee price, so that's good.
Well, and I do like that we really didn't know anything about it and we just went in to see it.
Yeah.
You know? Because I remember seeing the trailer kind of.
Yeah.
But,
I don't know. I guess quick review for this one. I don't have too much else to say about it.
I thought that when you did see the dead people, those were good gore. I liked, not gore, but like...
Yeah, their effects were good.
The effects were good. I like the hand theory, but I would have liked to know more about the hand. And then just her ending up being the dead person across from, you know, another person.
Yeah. I mean, like, you know, if this does fairly well, I'm sure they'll make more. It'd be cool to see a prequel. It'd be cool to see where the hand came from.
It would.
I was just thinking, okay, if I had the hand, what would I do with it? I'd be like, okay, if I'm going to use it, I'm going to craft a business out of it. So I would pretend I would set up a whole psychic place.
Yeah.
And the hand would be like at the table, and then I would bring someone in, like, who do you want to talk to? Touch to the hand. That'll be 50 rupees. I'd make money out. I wouldn't film it.
$50.
You know, I'd have a bodyguard or two, and we'd do the thing, and there'd be, you know,
90 seconds. You have to go. Yes.
Yeah. And then if they go past 90 seconds, Olaf back here caps them because shit's going to get too weird.
Because it's going down.
Yeah.
You have to sign like 7 waivers.
No, you just cap them.
You just cap them. They don't sign waivers when they come in.
You
like,
could be a traveling.
If I go past 90 seconds, all harm is now onto myself.
Yeah. or you know, there's someone much kind of like, I think it was a plot line for the recent Hellraiser where someone super wealthy wants the hand and is after the hand and will do whatever it takes to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think we'll just travel around the country and be like, oh, come see my hand.
Yeah. Or the person is still alive whose hand it is and they want it back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
And it's embalmed and encased in ceramic.
Yeah.
Like, why didn't they break it and be like,
yeah.
I don't understand.
Yeah, it was all right. I'm going to give this a 5 out of 10.
I'm going to give it I think I'll give it a 5.5.
5.5?
Yeah.
Okay. The internet,
a little bit up.
On Internet Movie Database, they give it a 7.5.
Really?
Out of 4.2 thousand ratings.
Okay.
So maybe that'll level out to a good old 7. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think it's that good. I don't think it's 7.5 good.
No.
So that's interesting.
Yeah, no, I think there was some parts were a little unsettling, but for the most part, it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was just, you know, possession.
It was your average possession movie. It's a witch board movie, a Ouija board movie with a hand instead. That's all it is.
Right, and kids being like, yeah, let's party. Yeah, let's all do this. Woo, put your phones out. It's all cool.
Cool?
No, possessed people.
Yeah.
But again, you're right. Aliens, no one cares anymore.
Yeah. So, on that note, like the video.
Yes, like, share, comment. Let us know what you think if you've seen it.
Yeah.
If you hated it, if you loved it, if it was just mediocre for you.
Yeah. Our Bloody Marys aren't quite dead, but we're going to kill them after this.
Yeah, we
and
are.
Watch a cooler movie. All right.
All right. Bye-bye.
Later.